Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another video. I'm absolutely buzzing. Why? I received a package this morning. Here it is from none other than Mr. Smelly Dan, and he's sent me a bottle, very kindly, a bottle of his latest release, Viveur, which means good life. And I'm going to do an unboxing. I've never done it on my channel, and I'm also going to do first impressions. So let's get started. But before I do start, I have to mention a couple of things. Dan, being a gentleman, he sent me a message first and said, would you like to receive a free bottle of Viveur with no obligation to review it? And he's done the same thing when he sent me a full bottle of his first release, which is Gravitas. I loved it, but I just wanted to mention the kind of gentleman he is. And this is marketed by Naughton and Wilson, a dear friend of mine as well. And I have been pestering him since I started seeing the images in Dan's feed that I really need a bottle of this. And Matt also basically mentioned to me yesterday that it's on its way, and it was here this morning. So two of my good mates are behind this fragrance, but that doesn't mean that my review, my first impression, is going to be biased. It's going to be completely independent, as I've always been. Because you trust my nose, you have faith in me, you trust me, and I'm not going to break that. Just wanted to make sure that I mention that before I start doing the first impressions. So let me open this first. The cellophane wrapping is pretty solid, so I'll need something to open this, and then I'll get back into the video. So here it is. I managed to work my way around. It's beautifully packaged. It's really neatly wrapped up. And here is the box. I really like the box. You know, it's really classy. And you can tell this is, you know, Dan's heart and soul into it. This is a beautiful, beautiful packaging. I really like it. It's like a pinstripe suit. And the color he's chosen is like an ashy blue, which I'm pretty sure you can see. And just lovely. Naughton Wilson, Viveur, as I said, good life. And the best thing about this packaging is made in England. I really like that because, you know, we've had enough of made in China. Made in England is brilliant. So here's the box, very simple. And the bottle, I've seen the bottle already on his feed, but here it is. First view, there's a lot of reflection, so I'm hoping I'm capturing the bottle perfectly. It's sort of bluish, the same color as the top. The color juice is not very different to Gravitas. Let's have a spray. Oh, I like it. I like the freshness of it. So here's the atomizer. Okay, here it is. Just warming up. Wow. 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 Okay. This is stunning. Cloves. Yeah. That's the most prominent one I got. I'm still smelling cloves, but not like a dentist's place. And along with those cloves is a sweet, sour, citrusy blast. Right? And something which smells like lavender. Ooh, strong. I could be wrong. This has this fougere-like DNA, if you like, which is obviously Dan's favorite genre, and slightly fizzy, milky kind of a feel to it. The clove's gone back into the background now. First thing I smelled was the nice kind of clove. Very, very niche-like quality. Smooth and beautiful. So this is just the first impression. Now what I'm going to do is, I was told by Matt. Sorry, Matt. He told me that this is a complex fragrance. So what I'm going to do is, this is a first impression, right? So I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to get back to it in about 2 hours time. Let it dry down. Let me analyze this, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. Obviously, I'll do a detailed review after using it for a few days It's pretty cloudy at the moment. It's been really rubbish weather for the last week or so. So it's pretty cold for this kind of fragrance. So let me wear it in the hot weather and then I'll give you a full breakdown. But since I'm doing a first impression, it's only fair to let it dry down on my skin and then I'll get back to you in 2 hours time. So soon, see you in 2 hours, okay? Right, fellas, welcome back. I've given it 2.5 hours and I'm happy to report that this fragrance has really stolen my heart. This fragrance went into territories which I have never experienced, apart from 1 or 2 examples which I'm going to give you. What a ride it has been. I sprayed 3 more on my shirt just to experience the whole thing, And the first 2 hours, I would say, is sort of a multi-layered sort of a fragrance. Imagine that on the top is basically a lemony fizzy drink, right? And at the bottom is clove and bay leaves, right? And right in the middle somewhere is the fizz of gin. So it's fizzy, lemony, slightly milky at the start, but that milkiness goes away. And then bay leaf and clove. And there's only one fragrance in my collection which does that. It's called Bay Rum Cologne. Now, this is very effervescent. It disappears from my skin in about half an hour. But this Bay Rum Cologne, and if you're interested, this is a Virgin Island Bay Rum Cologne. This is the West Indian style. If you like Bay Rum, the whole thing, concept comes from the Caribbean. And for Viveur to go into that territory was just stunning for me. It was completely unexpected. And the sweetness of mandarin. There's a mandarin note here, I think. I've looked at the notes, there is mandarin. And that mandarin note was somehow somewhere in the middle. And, it should have stuck out like a sore thumb. It didn't. The sweetness of mandarin blended so beautifully with that sort of fizzy, gin-like, bay rum-like note. Scent profile, if you like, with watermelon and gin. It's just stunning. The concept, the complexity. And Matt was 100% right. He said to me, this develops a lot. That's why it took 2.5 hours. I just wanted to experience it. It was amazing. It is still amazing. It's still going beautifully. So that bay rum, like aftershave, like smell you get in the opening, stays for about 1.5 hours, maybe 2 even. But there are many different things that come in. There's a sweetness from mandarin and watermelon. The watermelon didn't exist for a long time. Mandarin was there on my skin for a long time. And then it sort of handed over the baton to a more fruity, earthy kind of a patchouli and vetiver. Vetiver and oak moss. Yeah, vetiver and oak moss and little bit of sort of cola-like vibe. Yeah, and slight birchiness. Ever so slight, as if juniper and cade has been used. I think juniper is in the note breakdown. And that birchy sort of earthiness, along with that cola vibe, little bit, with the vetiver is creating this sensational, unique experience. Love it. It's only my first wear. I'm trying to give you as much of a picture as I can from what I can relate to and think of. Amazing fragrance. Love it. It's so unique. And that's, I'll do a full review anyway. So I'll do the pros and cons later on. But this thing costs 110 for 100 ml. I will gladly pay that much money. Why? Because of the experience I told you. It starts off like an aftershave. Beautiful. And then goes into the territory of, earthy, sort of fruity, lemony kind of a territory. Masculine, still masculine. There's this barbershop vibe which I got in the middle. So this is a fantastic, I would say, kind of a fusion of aromatic fougere with a Caribbean bay rum style perfumery. It's so unique. It was just amazing. This whole experience has been amazing. I'll do a full review anyways. So I've covered the price point. I'll leave the link to their website in my description. Dan's channel is stunning. Mr. Smelly 1977. I'll leave a link to his channel as well. He's an amazing gentleman And soon you will see a collaboration video between me and Dan. Dan has very kindly invited me to his channel. So those details will be published in due course. But I'm hoping that this video, a little bit haphazard, but has given you an idea of what this amazing fragrance is all about. Very unique, stunning experience. I loved it. I'm hoping you're going to love it too. It's so unique. It's so different. You know, when you speak about Dan, people think about aromatic fougere because he loves that genre. But this is something completely unique. Did not expect it. Loved it. So I'm hoping you get to try it. I'm hoping you get to experience it. It's an experience. Loved it. Thank you, Dan and Matt, for sending this over to me. Really enjoyed it and looking forward to speaking to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.